Alright, so first things first, before we go try and figuring out what's going on with the misfire, we've got to get the coolant in here. But just before that, we got to do these two hose clamps on these hoses up front here so that we don't lose any coolant, obviously, while we're trying to fix the system. So while I go ahead and do that, be back with you later to either start troubleshooting from the spark plug wire, cylinder number 4, or maybe it's coil pack, we don't know, but we're going to start from here first. Until then, get a minute. Alright, well, I think that's a decent spot for you guys. Can't find anything really for you to not slide off of while working. So, been looking up this car just to verify which cylinder was what, and cylinder number 1 and cylinder number 4 are on the same coil pack in the back, the rearmost coil pack, which I hate because, well, if it comes down to having to swap out a coil pack to see if it's the right one, it's all the way in the back under the hood, under this. And we know, as we most all know, there's no space. So what I'm going to do is, if it gets to that point, I'm just going to take the first one off of the 97 Camaro, the white one, and then I'm going to swap it out with the rear one on this car, just so I don't have to do the back one twice. But I'm hoping that we get to checking the spark plug wires down there, which is where the hose, well, it can't get to it because obviously the heat shield is in the way, so it can't exactly get to the number 4 cylinder plug. But that doesn't mean it didn't. It just means it's going to be hard to do. So we're going to check that first, like I've said a couple dozen trillion times already, and then go from there. I bet you I just found the whole issue of the fucking problem as it is. Check this out. Pulled on the plug wire, and guess what I found? You're gonna love it. You're gonna love this. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna love this. Broken spark plug inside of the spark plug wire. I'm not gonna love it because I have to dig into it. So that means it's not a coil pack, which is awesome news right now. Nash, why don't you come here? Be smart like Gizmo and lay in the shade here, buddy. Anyway, that's great news because that means no coil pack, no spark plug wire, just a sinking plug. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead, try to remember which plugs I used, run downtown real quick and get one, and then actually I think I'm also going to turn this car around so that I can have the nose of it right here in the shade. I mean, I'll go ahead and do that now. I really shouldn't, but the sun's too much. So okay, so got the tools I needed out of the motorhome. I'm just going to go ahead and yank spark plug number 4 right now and get the identification, you know, the numbers off of it, so I can just go ahead and get the same one that I have. Actually, never mind, there it is right there. So Champion, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it now anyway, but this thing's cracked in 3 different places. Jeez Louise, what the heck. All right, so anyway, had to go into the motorhome to get the tools I needed. And yeah, I know I shouldn't be doing this without gloves on. Thanks to the stupid power company, who, yeah, right there, pieces. All right, so we got the old plug, what's left of the plug out. This isn't exactly the same plug, but it's a alternate because they didn't have the one that, you know, I have in there. So either way, finally it took a lot longer than I'm willing to admit to get number 4 again. So we're gonna get this installed in there. Back there I have my light somewhere. Oh, there it is. Use that so I could see better what I'm doing, the multiple mirrors, and yeah, anyway. So it's a headache, it's a nightmare, it sucks, but we get this in there. Hopefully that'll solve the issue and show us if there's anything else wrong or not, which I'm going with there better not be. So, all right, let me get this in. I'll get back with you in a minute. Check this out. Found the rest of it. It fell on top of the cross member. And let's go get it in the light. Ugh, excuse me. All right, so there it is. Found it, like I said, on top of the cross member. So yeah, I don't get how that broke, because these spark plugs aren't even a year old. So they will be in about another month. So I don't know, man, I don't know. But there it is. The other one is starting to get in there. Sorry for all the shakes, but the only issue I'm having is the threads aren't going in smooth. And I'm glad I found this, because I wanted to make sure that maybe part of this this broke off inside the cylinder or the inside of the head, but it didn't, so I lucked out there. All right, gonna get this back together. Probably take another hour, who knows. All right, so I'm looking for the keys right now so that we can go ahead and start this thing up. And for one, see how it sounds. And for two, to top off the radiator fluid. Huh, keys are in my pocket. Who would have thought? All right, so we got one dog here, but we got this one here. Thinks we're going for a ride. All right, cross your fingers. And look at that. Perfectly. Not a single problem. Idle's fine. Idle's good. Let's give her a little juice and see what happens. Nothing. Nothing. She sounds so smooth. She sounds nothing like when she overheated on me. So I'm gonna let it run. I'm gonna fill up the fluid here. Come on, Gizmo. Hey, out. So I'm gonna let it run, and I'm gonna top off the fluid. Come on. And that is gonna be it. She lives, she runs smoothly. Would be quietly, but we're right here in front of the engine. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here, since it's a good place, because looks like I'm going to be putting this one back on the road. So, thanks for watching. And, well, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you later.